Hi friends, welcome to this week's Good News Edition, where we find stories from across the Panhandle that will inspire you and move your heart. Now we're going to kick it off with our special segment of Heart, Hope, and Home.
Alyssa's already planning a life many teenagers dream of: college, a career, and someday a family. But right now she's still in the foster system, and what she wants most isn't a scholarship or a job. It's a place to truly belong.
I like playing volleyball. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. I like going for walks and listening to music. I like messing around with flowers, like building bouquets and planting flowers and stuff.
She wants to be an ultrasound technician and plans to go to college, but beyond a career, Alyssa says what she's missing most is consistent love and support. Someone to celebrate the small things and stand by her through the big ones.
I feel like my biggest dream right now is to actually have a family to call my own. I just want to have someone that's there for me whenever I need to talk, whether it's good or bad, that I can trust and open up to freely.
For teens like Alyssa, adoption can come later, even at 17. She says family means more than a last name. It means steady support, a place to come home to for the holidays, and people who are proud of you.
It'd mean a lot, a lot. I've been used to going to all these kinds of placements, and I feel like it would be very great if I could just have somewhere where I know they won't just pass me off to the next person.
Just stay.
Alyssa also has a message for anyone thinking about adopting an older teen. It may be hard at first, but the reward of seeing a young person find stability and hope can last a lifetime.
It could be really hard at first, but I feel like from personal experience, once you get to know the kid and connect with them, it gets easier as it goes.
What an incredible story. Now let's send it over with Lindsay in our Community Spotlight.
Your downtown is the front porch of your city. It's the parlor. It's where you welcome people.
Center City of Amarillo has a mission to support downtown revitalization and bring people downtown.
Since 2002, Center City has been an accredited member of the Texas Main Street and National Main Street networks. And that means that we meet or exceed all the requirements to be considered a thriving downtown. So we have many things that are free or low cost for the public to attend.
Those events include High Noon on the Square, Jazztober, the Electric Light Parade, a mural run, and much more. Closing out 2025 and starting 26 with plans for continued growth.
Just this quarter, we added 3 new restaurants to our downtown dining district. And it's just exciting that in our square mile of downtown, we have more than 30 locally owned restaurants.
You can look forward to those same activities, but also much more.
It's the 100th birthday of Route 66. And in downtown, our 6th Avenue is part of historic Route 66. We expect visitors from all over the world. And for next year, we have some buildings that are turning 100. The Texas Downtown Association, they're going to bring their whole convention to Amarillo. And what a great time to show off.
Nobody needs 7 years bad luck, but the Fuller & Sons crew was undaunted because they had a job to do. Nothing was off limits on this cleanup, so let's slide right on into it. The crew hit the area north of Amarillo Boulevard between Hayden and Madison. No train tracks, but here's a railroad tie and some assorted trash. Hey, let's put the brakes on for a moment, shall we? Who needs some brake work? How about some black market rotors for you? Trash and debris from every direction going into the dumpster, onto the trailer, and with a final destination, the city dump. One area done, time to move on to another for the Fuller & Sons crew. Northwest 9th was littered with debris, furniture on both sides of the street, of course some nasty mattresses. But why stop there? More mattresses to make you feel good about the one you're sleeping on tonight, right? This is where the job could get a little dicey. One false move and it wouldn't be good. Give the crew some love, because after all, they're going above and beyond to make Amarillo beautiful.
Hey friends, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more good news. Well, welcome back, friends. Now, Ruben has been busy all over the Panhandle. Let's kick it over with him to see who he visited this week.
When we were deep in the rodeo industry, I was, doing the telecast at the national finals, and he was obviously competing every year there. There were a lot of cowboy church services, and we had a vision then to do a Wrangler National Finals church service. It was called Elevation Sunday. It was for the whole community. We brought together all the small cowboy churches and had one big service. When we came home, we felt a void to continue that, but for our community. And so it was in 2020, during the pandemic, that we really felt a burden to do something for our community. The store was part of that vision because we had the wholesale brand STS Ranch Wear, but we wanted a concept store. We wanted multi-purpose. We wanted something for our community, but we also wanted something to be able to show our other retailers how they could merchandise STS Ranch Wear beautifully.
1930 comes from 2 Kings 1930. Okay. It says, it talks about remnants. We will return back to our homeland, put down roots, rise up, and prosper once again. And the significance of 1930 is that was when my granddad decided to start the ranch. So in the 1930, in the 9 and the 3 is a lazy S, and that's was our family brand forever. So that was kind of where we decided to come back home, put down roots, and see if we can rise up and flourish once again. My support as all through my whole life, starting with my family and then my community. I've always known, I've always felt like I kind of cheated the system a little bit because I've always felt like I had a whole tribe and a whole village behind me, and that supported me and that was proud of me and always pushing me to be better than than what I thought I could do, And so that means everything to me. That support, and being from here, I'm so proud to be from Childress, from the Panhandle, and because it really does mean something. This hat means something to people. Their handshake, look them in the eye when you talk to them, and it's not a, hey, how you doing kind of a deal. It's a, how are you? And they mean it when they say it. And so for me, that's what I feel like our world needs right now, our country needs, is those old grassroots men, my granddad, my dad, that their handshake meant something, and their word, it was better than a contract.
Our museum opened in 1969. It was the result of lots of people in town pulling together under the leadership of Mr. Monkus. You've seen some of his displays around this building. And they got this facility to be able to bring in a bunch of their artifacts, and it's been a great museum for over 50 years. Tucumcari does have a rich history, and reaching back from the prehistoric times to the Native Americans, the Spanish colonialists, coming into the recent the Americans coming in with the farmers and ranchers. We have a rich heritage here, and I know that people in this area do value that kind of history. And I know that since the Panhandle Plains Museum has been in a shutdown for a while, if people are interested in seeing a place where they can get near and touch and be able to see some of this kind of stuff, we'd sure like to see them come over and visit us here in Tucumcari. Well, this year is an important year for Route 66 with its 100-year anniversary coming up, and it did play a vital impact upon the way this area was viewed by others around the country, and being able to be a part of the transportation corridor across the country. And as part of that, we're sure looking forward to hosting our Rawhide Days this upcoming June 20th, where we're going to be showcasing some of the history of Route 66 over the years. Well, it is important for our families and the people of our area to be able to have a place where they can go and be able to see what was daily life was for like their ancestors and the way it was in the past, and being able to experience some of the things that they had to go through to be able to give us what we enjoy today. And in that way, we're very proud to be a place where we have lots of different areas, from military to the schools and educational programs to the old mercantile type stores. We have displays on the wagons and transportation. You name it. We've got things around this museum facility that will bring it to life for the people that come to visit us. Well, history has always been important to everyone here in eastern New Mexico and on the High Plains. We have to realize that our history and culture affects who we are and the values that we have, and we hope to be able to be a place where we can help families share this history with their kids and to extend it on into the future.
We'll be right back with more good news after this short break. Welcome back, friends. Now Sheldon has been busy paying it forward. Let's see who he blessed this week.
It's time for our latest edition of Pay It Forward with Carpet Tech. I've got Bethany here with us today. You say we find someone to go pay it forward to.
Yes, let's go help someone out. Here is 100, 200, and 300.
Thank you very much. Let's go out there and pay it forward. All right, so we've got $300 from our friends at Carpet Tech.
She's my best friend. Her name's Kendra. She's actually, that's her.
Perfect.
Hey, are you at work? I'm gonna come see you for a few minutes. Is that okay? No, I'll be there in a few minutes. Do you have an orientation, or are you gonna be doing anything in the next 10 minutes? Okay, perfect. I'll see you in a few. All right, bye. So she's a single mom. She just had a baby last year. She doesn't struggle, but this time of the year is always super hard because she struggles being able to get everything that she really wants to be able to get for all of the kids, as well as taking care of all the bills.
Well, it's time again to pay it forward today here in Amarillo. I've got $300 here, courtesy of our friends over at Carpet Tech. I've got Brittany here with us. She wants to pay it forward to her best friend Kendra. Says as we roll into the Christmas season, of course, $300 could certainly help out. So we're going to go pay it forward to her here in just a little bit. So here's 100, 200, $300. Let's go make your day.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm okay, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Have you ever heard of Pay It Forward before?
I have.
Yes, so we have this program here at News Channel 10, and we ask for people in the community to think of just people in their life they want to help out. And so Brittany here stopped, and she nominated you. And so Brittany, I'll let you take it from here.
So Carpet Tech?
Yes.
Gives them $300 to be able to give to anybody. I was leaving TJ Maxx. They were right there, and I happened to just be wasting time before work. So that's $300 to be able to do what you need to for the girls and for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is not the first time she's done something. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for you doing that to me. You always have such a thoughtful heart for me. Last year she nominated me for our United We Care program here at work, and I was granted that, and so it's very helpful, especially during this time. And we don't usually hug.
You're welcome. I do love you.
I do love you too.
Here's a feel-good story just for you.
Just north of Omaha, in the neighborhood of Ponca Hills, you won't find a baseball diamond, but there are endless pearls of wisdom that begin at the driveway.
The smooth, straight path seldom leads anywhere. Goes past hitting, kind of like life's lessons.
Inside this barn-turned batting cage, a quaint and cluttered love letter to the game, many of the state's best hitters go to learn from Mark Wetzel.
Nice.
He's a great coach. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's like he's the best hitting coach I've ever had.
He knows everything about the swing.
I mean, the results speak for themselves.
You would never know.
I'm legally blind. I have macular degeneration of the retina.
Growing up, Mark was obsessed with baseball.
I wanted to be Mickey Mantle and played a lot of ball.
His condition forced him to quit the game when he was just 14.
I think at first I was pretty upset. I couldn't play ball anymore.
But Mark wasn't ready to give up his passion for hitting.
I was looking for something to do, something I could do and be good at. Who in the world would ever guessed I would be good at teach you how to hit a moving baseball? But when I found out I could be good at it, then, I really took it and ran with it.
It's turned into a 40-year career.
I should be able to tell when the ball hits the bat.
Spanning from teaching young boys and girls to minor league hitting gigs and brushes with some of the game's greatest, including Albert Pujols and a decades-long friendship with Tony Gwynn.
If you saw me in a grocery store or in a restaurant with my wife, you wouldn't bring your boy here to hit with me.
It is 12:53 p.m.
I can't find my food on my plate sometimes. When I go out in that cage, I see 20/20 as far as I'm concerned.
So how does he do it? Well, Mark has some peripheral vision.
I think he's starting to get it.
But straight ahead is where the real magic happens.
I can see that profile against that wall. I can see any kind of movement, the slightest bit of movement, or excess energy or tightness or weight shift.
A phenomenon you have to see to believe.
People are like, how is that possible? Like, there's no way that he can be as good as another hitting coach if he can't see. So I just kind of explain it to them and just tell them, like, yeah, he can't see it, but he like puts the pieces together.
Some might even say he has eyes in the back of his head.
He's looking at the other cage and he tells me what's wrong with my swing. It's insane. But
how does he do that?
No clue. He's always right, but I've no clue.
Connor Gersh is a second-generation student of Mark's. His father, former Nebraska outfielder Andy Gersh, first went to blind guy hitting almost 25 years ago.
Takes me back. It's like time traveling. Even from the drive up, reminds me of driving up here with my dad. For him to overcome his seeing situation and to be able to turn it into something incredible just tells you a lot about him and his ability to persevere.
Mark's walls are littered with memorabilia and motivation. His lessons and his story are about so much more than baseball.
It really shows the saying of like, don't judge a book by its cover.
Even if it's outside your comfort zone, and even if it may be a little weird, try it and see if it fits for you.
You should at least give everybody a chance because it could be one of the best things that ever happens to you, as it was for me.
Mark met a bump in the road and kept going. Now he's paved the way for thousands of young athletes to see things a little differently.
It's almost a blessing. I don't know. I always thought when it happened, I thought, well, someday I'll win the lottery. It's going to be a payback here somehow. Well, I think I'm already living it. Doing what I love to do, being around great people, great kids.
Now grab a snack. We'll be right back after this break.
Well, hey friends, here at News Channel 10, we have the opportunity to find and share positive and inspirational stories with you. And now we're bringing you those good news stories on Good News Edition, where we can highlight those great stories from around our area. And don't forget, you can find plenty more good news on newschannel10.com and your favorite streaming apps.
Welcome back to our Good News Edition. We have a couple more stories before we go.
From News Channel 10, you're watching The Chat.
Been doing it for several years, and it's very exclusive to CASA. We don't know anybody that does an event like this.
Yes.
So as you know, we serve children in foster care, and even though they may be from Potter and Randall County, sometimes they're placed in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, even out of state, and we go visit them. Our volunteers are going to see them. And when they do, and we're sitting and we're chatting about how it's going, we'll be like, hey, do you want to draw us some artwork, draw us a picture, color us a picture, and then we bring that back and we partner with local artists to recreate those into beautiful pieces, canvas, watercolor, and then we silent auction them off.
You can buy a table and that'll sit about 8 people, or you can buy for a couple, or you can just buy for yourself, and the tickets do include the heavy hors d'oeuvres and the drinks as well too, and then you'll be able to do participate in the silent auction, participate in the whiskey and tequila pool. That's something new that we're doing.
Okay.
Yes. And then just listen to some of the music that we have going on too. And then also too, our artists are always invited there. So if you see an artwork and you're like, who created this? You're more than welcome to go and talk to that artist too.
What is kind of like your favorite part, seeing the community come out to support such a great cause? What is that like for you guys? Can you kind of reflect on that and what it means to you?
I think what I like is you know, the artists, when they choose their piece, they don't know anything about the kids, right? We can't share their name, their age, anything like that with them, but we can share their story, right?
Through their artwork.
Here's why they drew this. They were, you know, upset. Here's why they drew this. They missed their siblings. And I think that makes the artists even more invested in their piece. But also, a lot of times, the winners of those silent auctions will donate those pieces back to our kids. And so our kids get those pieces, and are like, oh my gosh, that's after my artwork, right? So it's full circle, and it's so much fun, and we love it. We love it.
And Azalea, for you, because you do a lot of the events and stuff for CASA, what is that like, you know, planning this and then seeing the turnout for it?
I think it's just really great because like the community as a whole finally gets to see what it's like for a kid in foster care for a little bit. You know, you're planning every little detail as much as possible, and then it's just great to see like the hard work of whenever someone's like, hey, I like this piece, and hey, I'm seeing the story for this piece, I'm seeing the artist, and it's just like the full little circle.
Born in Sierra Vista in 1983 without arms due to a rare congenital condition, Jessica Cox refused to be limited by her physical circumstances. From a young age, she learned to use her feet to navigate the world.
It's hard to understand it, but this is my normal, not having arms. So going through life doing things as a kid, you know, from climbing up a slide or swinging on the swings on the playground, I did that without arms, and it never dawned on me as being different.
In adulthood, she has mastered everything from driving a car to graduating with a degree in psychology, to getting a black belt in Taekwondo, to becoming the world's first licensed armless pilot in 2008. An accomplishment made even more incredible by the fact that Jessica was terrified of flying.
I did not want to lose contact with the ground.
But that all changed when she was offered an opportunity to fly in a small airplane for the first time.
And the moment the wheels, you know, lifted off the ground, I knew there was no turning back.
And when the pilot let Jessica put her feet on the controls,
I felt what it was like to fly a plane. And I knew in that moment that I wanted to do whatever it takes to become the world's first armless pilot.
And despite people doubting she could do it, she proved them wrong.
It was wonderful to be able to show the world that disability doesn't mean inability. Not just my story, but the story of all those who experience disability at some point in their lifetime.
Jessica mastered her skills in this air coupe, but the 80-year-old plane has limitations. The cockpit requires her to sit in an uncomfortable position so her feet can reach the controls, restricting flights to around an hour and a half at a time, making long trips difficult.
I need something that is more practical for achieving the goal of using the airplane as inspiration. Something that we can get around the country easier, something that's more modern, something built to be flown with feet so that I don't get a Charlie horse when I'm flying.
Seeking a solution, Jessica began a mission in 2020 to build the impossible airplane, the first aircraft in aviation history designed to be flown entirely without the use of hands. The custom-built RV-10 was created from the start around Jessica's needs, with foot controls, allowing her to sit comfortably.
It'll allow me to fly it at ease and for longer periods.
The blue and champagne-colored aircraft is being built in New Jersey with the help of pilot volunteers, but the vision, leadership, and mission behind it all come from Arizona. Jessica's nonprofit, Right Footed Foundation International, will use the aircraft as a national outreach platform, allowing Jessica to speak at schools and events and connect directly with children who were born without arms.
I'll be able to travel around the world, around the country, to reach out to those children who really need to hear the message.
A message that, with the right tools, even the sky has no limits. Ashley Bowerman.
Now, all good things must come to an end, but don't worry, you can catch up on all of your good news on News Channel 10, newschannel10.com, and of course, all of our streaming apps. Until next time, I'm Nellie Ramirez.